Ohai. Makassar, the capital of the Indonesian province of Yusni of Sulawesi. The largest city located on the island of Sulawesi and the sixth largest city of Indonesia. After Jakarta, Surabaya, Bandung, Medan and Semarang. From 1971 to 1999 the city officially was called Ujung Pandang, by name Pre-Colonial City Fortress. Square of the city of 175.77 km. The population minus card inhabitants. By the beginning of the 16th century Makassar became the main shopping center of East Indonesia and one of the largest cities of the island. Governors of Makassar adhered to free trade policy, allowing all visitors to be engaged in trade. Owing to religious tolerance, even when Islam became the dominating religion in the region, Christians and representatives of other religions kept the rights for trade. Makassar became the main center for the Malayans doing business on the Moluccas and also for Europeans and Arabs. Portuguese became the first Europeans who visited the city. When in 1511 Portuguese reached Sulawesi, they found Makassar the prospering cosmopolitan center of trade where there came Chinese, Arabs, Hindus, Thais, Javanese, Malayans for sale of the goods manufactured of metal, and fabrics in exchange for pearls, gold, copper, camphor and spices, the nutmeg and carnation imported into Makassar from islands of spices. By the 16th century Makassar became important port Sulawesi and the center of powerful sultanates of Gough and Talo who constructed along the coast of 11 citadels. Arrival at the beginning of the 17th century of Dutches radically changed value of the city to the coast of Sulawesi. Unlike other dealers, Dutches set as the primary purpose monopolization of trade in spices, and capture in 1667 of a Fort Makassar which they reconstructed and renamed Rotterdam into a fort became their first step to it. After the Dutches destroyed military strengthenings of the Sultan Gough who was forced to lodge on the outskirts of Makassar. After the Javanese War, 1825-1830. Prince Diponegoro was imprisoned in a Fort Rotterdam where contained to the death in 1855. Dutches surrounded the city with a fortification and renamed it into Vlaardingen. However, the Arab, Malayan and Buddhist dealers who weren't submitting to Dutches continued trade outside city walls. No later than 1720. And it is possible, and much earlier. Makassarski dealers began to visit the northern coast of Australia and to catch their trepangs, sea cucumbers, for the purpose of delivery to the Chinese market. See contacts of Makassar with Australia. Though Dutches controlled the coast, up to the beginning of the 20th century they, despite existence of a number of vassal contracts with local governors, couldn't establish control over internal areas of the island. Nevertheless, the Dutch missionaries managed to convert a considerable part of the tribe of Atarata to Christianity. By 1938 the population of Makassar reached 84,000 people. During World War II Makassar protected garrison approximately 1,000 people of Royal Netherlands Army of East India on command of the Colonel M. Vuren. He decided that he will be able to protect the city and planned to begin guerrilla war. The Japanese army landed to Sulawesi near Makassar on February 9, 1942. The divisions protecting the city receded, but were found and captured.
After the Indonesian Revolution of 1950, Makassar became the place of fight between pro-federalistic forces of the Captain Abdullah Caesar and Republican forces of the Colonel Songkoko.
To the 1950th, the population of the city so grew that many historical monuments were destroyed for development of the city. Makassar is located on the southwest coast of the island of Sulawesi, on the bank of the Makassar Strait. According to classification of climates of Kiopan, climate of Makassar tropical monsoonal. AM. Average annual temperature is 27.5 C. The hottest month October with an average temperature of 28.2 C. The least hot February with an average temperature of 26.8 C. Annual rainfall -3086.1. The greatest number of rainfall drops out in January -734.1. The most droughty month August. 15.2 dropout. Economy. Makassar, the largest port in the south of Sulawesi with regular internal and international sea flights. The city is famous for the local boats of Indonesia capable to make swimmings on a long distance. Makassar exports ebony and fish, one of primary branches, cultivation of sea cucumbers. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.